Happy Monday, everybody. Everybody have a good weekend?
Great weekend.
Yeah, right. By the way, I've got a surprise for you, Sprinkle. By the end of this, we'll get to it, but I've got a surprise for you.
Okay.
Surprise.
The tease.
Surprise to everybody.
Okay.
The question, though, we want to know this morning, where were you 20 years ago? Larry Sprinkle was sleeping in a cot in this studio.
Yeah. I was working, but not here.
Because 20 years ago today marks, it's been that long since one of Charlotte's biggest snowstorms. Starting on February 26, 2004, the Queen City was hit by 2 waves of snow.
Wow.
The first wave during the day, another that night.
Yep.
In just a matter of 2 days, the city saw 13 inches of snow. I mean, we've all been here for a few inches of snow, and we know how the city shuts down. I cannot imagine, Larry, 13
It literally shut the city down. And York, South Carolina got the most they've ever had. They had 22 inches of snow down there in York, South Carolina. And people wonder, why is it not snowing now? But, you know, it may be another 20 years before we get anything like that.
I mean, how long did it take to melt?
I mean, it took literally about a week or so to get it out here. I mean, things were the city was shut down. I mean, their businesses shut down. But you know, luckily in that interim, we've added our snow plows that we have here and the amount of salt and brine, which is now sitting out there not being used
used
in many years. But yeah, basically it shut everything down. I got to work that morning. Everything was okay. It was around noon it started snowing, and it just didn't stop. And then we had more that night to add to it. So when you get, if you get 2 or 3 inches, it can shut the city down. Imagine 13.2 inches of snow.
See,
one of the largest snowstorms in history, right, Chris?
Yeah, and a while back for our Weather IQ, I actually met with a climatologist from NC State to find out the 5 biggest snowstorms in the Charlotte area history, and of course, that one's on the list. When you think of Charlotte, snow is not one of the first things you think of, but occasionally it can really snow here. Here are the 5 biggest snowstorms in the history of the greater Charlotte area. January 7th, 1988. A broad-scale snowstorm stretching from the southern plains across the southeast dumped some of the higher totals in Charlotte. Just over a foot fell, which is the second highest total to fall in one day. February 15th to the 17th, 1969. A day after Valentine's Day, the snow started to fall, and Charlotte saw a total of 13.2 inches of snow on the ground. Parts of the southern mountains received 15 to 20 inches during the storm. March 1st to the 3rd, 1927. More than a foot of snow blanketed most of the Piedmont. 13.3 inches of snow fell in Charlotte, but totals ramped up to more than 20 inches of snow in Iredell County. February 14th to the 17th, 1902. This is one of the most iconic snowstorms in North Carolina history. Charlotte was one of the snowiest spots in the state, with 17.4 inches of snow. This is the most snow to ever fall from a single snowstorm in Charlotte history. February 26th to the 27th, 2004. This was the last time Charlotte had more than a foot of snow on the ground. The airport had a total of 13.2 inches, which ties 1969's total. But the peak totals in York County have never been seen in the Charlotte area before. Rock Hill measured up to 22 inches of snow, the most the Charlotte area has ever seen. I'm meteorologist Chris Mulcahy with WCNC Charlotte.
No, we ain't seen a lick of it.
Now it's the opposite.
This year,
More than
or
likely
last year.
not going to see a lick
I mean, it's been 2 years. What's the total? 798 days or something like that?
Yeah, we're up there. We're climbing up the list quickly. But you bring up that point. So back in 2004, we were used to a lot more rounds of snow. I think the next time that we have any snow, it's going to be chaos. Imagine if it's a big snowstorm that matches that. I can't even.
Like I said, the good thing is at least we are prepared. I was at that 1969 snowstorm, trapped at the radio station, literally trapped for 2.5 days. Could not leave.
2.5 days?
Yeah, could not leave the radio station.
I remember I came a couple of years after the 2004 one. I came in 2006, and I remember people were still talking about it at that point. And to your point, making sure the city was better equipped because they were still talking about the fallout from the 2004 one.
Yeah, when we moved here from Boston, having to cover snowstorms in Boston, that was like every day there. And I remember when we moved here, it was like 2017, and it snowed just a little bit, but we were out on like a Sunday, and we're like, where is everybody? No one was out. But the thing that we noticed too, it's not that like they're just not equipped like they are in New England with the way that they prepare.
You can see why. If you don't have that much snow, then you're not going to spend.
You're not going to spend all the money on it.
But
of
luckily,
course.
what has happened, the city of Charlotte has added the finances to make sure that we have the equipment. Not the most, but at least more than we had in say 2004 or 1969.
John Kelly chiming in saying, just look at this. I am so ready for summer.
Right? That was just enough taste of snow for us all. That's good.
Sharon
Understand.
saying, wow, the history of snow in Charlotte. And Melissa Banks saying, hard pass, please, and thank you.
Yeah.
And Joy Mott chiming in, I hope there's no more snow in Wisconsin. I like not needing my snow boots. I'm sure she's used to seeing the snow.
Joy, you've seen a decent amount, I'm sure, so far this season. But even in Wisconsin, it's below average snowfall. So this isn't just a Charlotte and North Carolina thing.
Unless you live in Sierra Nevada area of California, where they had the monumental snow out there.
So if you want to see it, basically what we're saying is just go to the mountains.
Yep. It's not a far jaunt.
That's about
We don't wish
2
for
hours.
that here because, as you said this morning, if we were experiencing that here, it sure does look nice, but we would be spending the night here at the station and
those
staying
knots
here
ready, yeah.
Just
for
like Larry did.
multiple days in a row.
Speaking of my little surprise for
Yes.
Sprinkle.
Oh yeah. What is the surprise?
Last week we were talking about our favorite desserts. And we were mortified because Larry had never had a cake pop.
Oh, you brought him one.
I brought cake pops.
What?
Are you serious?
Kudos to my
Wow.
husband. Kudos to my husband
Treats!
who heard that and was mortified for Sprinkle.
I think I might be more excited than you, Larry.
And he was
Look at
he's
this.
like, Sprinkle needs a cake pop.
Yes, he
Thank you,
does.
There's 4 in there.
There's 4.
Do you want chocolate or
I
vanilla,
was gonna say,
Larry?
you get pick.
I think I'm going to go with the vanilla. Look at that.
What's the inside of the vanilla?
Well,
Chocolate?
I don't know.
It's like a pop, you know.
Did you want
like
the chocolate one?
No, I was hoping that my choice would be made for me. So
Now we get to see.
And so it's like it's one bite or a couple bites and.
or you do one bite.
Do you like it?
See?
Okay. Oh my gosh.
Thank you, Brad.
You ate yours in one bite, Chris?
But see, it's a good.
Excellent.
It's the ratio of
You
icing.
have chocolate all in your
Yes,
No, that's why you're not supposed to eat on TV.
it is the ratio. Perfect amount of icing. The center is delicious. Whoever made these, thank you. And Brad, thank you. very
Brad
much.
made them, didn't he?
He didn't make them, but I won't say who they came from because I don't want to endorse any products. I don't want to get in trouble.
And thanks to Blair from our staff also from last week who.
So now you know cake pops,
It's excellent.
Cheers.
right?
Yeah.
A pop a week.
Now you know what my kids ask
Pop a week.
for these constantly.
Yes, I understand.
Yeah, they're good.
Really is the
They're good.
perfect amount of cake.
So good.
That's all you need.
All right,
So
guys.
good.
Thanks, buddy.
There you go.
And Brad.
Ben, thank you. Oh, yeah, and
Yeah.
Brad.
Yeah.
Because we really know Brad was the one who did
Totally.
this.
Thanks, Brad.
Yes, thank you.
Chime in. I will see you back here tomorrow morning.
What a great surprise.
Right? Good for
On a
breakfast.
Monday, Ben.